Good evening, Facebook. Welcome to the ninth episode of Stepback.
Woo!
Here, my main man, Jacob Moses,
Sir.
here tonight to discuss episodes 3 and 4 of The Last Dance.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, First off, I'd like to congratulate Wrestling Life crew. They had on Buff Bagwell the other night. Big occasion in the Life Group Network. They did an amazing job over there. Buff was great. They asked some great questions, and he was a show.
Yes, he was. He was lit. Man, it was great. I mean, just his insight and then the vulgar. I mean, it was raw. That's what made it good. When you have like a raw show, I mean, you can't get past it. But yeah, all those guys did a good job. Matt, Jake, CL Kid, Brett, y'all did a good job. We salute y'all. Keep it coming, man.
Yeah, man, it was great. Tonight we were supposed to have Johnny on, but some circumstances came up, and emergency came up. He was unable to join us. But we're thinking about you, Johnny. You did a great job
Yes,
on the lab last week, man. We loved your show.
Mm-hmm.
If you're out there listening, watching, always got an open invite, and thanks again, man. Thinking of you. So last Sunday, episodes 3 and 4, episode 3, Dennis Rodman. It's pretty interesting there. You remember the Dennis Rodman movie he made like way back when he.
Yes. Yeah, that was definitely cool.
Yeah, because it tried to show like flamboyant side, and like it showed the transformation of him as a person.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look in the documentary, Rodman, a late second round pick, no tattoos, real quiet,
Deserved.
Chuck Daly, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And the progress he made as a player, as a starting off the bench and coming in, helping the bad boys to their titles.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought there was a lot they left off the table.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just basically, I like when they started from his upbringing, rural area. I like when they start from that because they always get into the halfway point of what. No, I want to know how he got there. He grew up very poor. I mean, he had a good amount of siblings. And he basically what you saw on the floor is how he grew up. He fought for everything. Nothing was given to him. He went to a small school. I mean, I'd never heard of it, but you see him now, like you said, it's just his amount of work that he put in. And what was so interesting about the episode was how as how old were we then? 10, 11 years old, you didn't recognize the preparation that he did. He was a video act. I mean, he was everything. Like he studied everyone, their games, had his notebook, writing everything down. And the one thing Rodman did have over everybody else was the wherewithal to know his position on the floor. He wasn't the tallest, he wasn't the biggest, wasn't the tallest, but he knew where to be on the floor to get those rebounds. And that was him in Detroit. He would, he scored here and there, but that wasn't his game. He wanted to be like a Draymond, I'll say Draymond's a watered down version of him because Rodman was all over the place. But, he's just the whole thing was great. Just how he created low management. He was like, I'm taking a break.
Yo, I'm out of here to Vegas. Give me so they gave him 48 hours. He's gone for like a week.
Party with Carmen Electra, everybody else, and just drinking it up. And then he came back like nothing happened. Oh, you good? You good, Dennis? Yeah, I'm good. And
right. So he's running laps around everyone at practice, which is like crazy. And then you mentioned Detroit. He is a defensive and a rebound specialist. He studies
Mhm.
where the shots are coming off the floor,
Mhm.
ball rotations, the entire thing. And you realize it's like there's more to him than he lets on.
Absolutely.
He's a basketball savant.
Exactly. There you go.
He gets into mind games with you, and you know, but it led to it led me thinking of a lot.
Mhm.
He comes in, he's naive. Chuck Daly is like the father figure he never had apparently,
Mhm.
and the Pistons are that family structure.
Mhm.
He gets to Chuck Daly, and the Pistons lose their championships in '90, and he goes off. Yeah, he goes off the deep end when he goes to the Spurs because he doesn't
Mhm.
know anything else, and it led me to think like mental health is important. You know,
Mhm.
a sense of structure, and that's what meant like the Bulls gamble on Rodman because they figured Jordan and Pippen,
Mhm.
and which now we're gonna talk later on. Phil Jackson, the master manipulator, they can reel him in,
Oh yeah.
and there's there were some things I thought they were left out because so I watched the Bad Boy 30 for 30
Mhm.
afterwards. You know, Rodman got to some heat for the comments he made about Larry Bird, and then
Mhm.
Isaiah was getting into it, and they made a big deal about the Pistons walking off the floor
Mhm.
when apparently everybody in the '80s did it. The Celtics did it to them, so they did
Mhm.
it to the Bulls. But they did not, what Jordan didn't tell you was apparently in the paper a few days before he had mentioned how the Pistons everybody would celebrate when they lose because they were bad for basketball.
Mhm.
They didn't mention that in the Last Dance,
Nope.
um, and Jordan just made a big deal about how they walked off the court, no class. You can
Mhm.
see Isaiah kind of sneaking off, and Isaiah caught a lot of flack for it, but you know, and to this day, I don't think he ever got his due.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, he was legitimately one of the best point guards in history. For not being the biggest guy. Point guards they usually have that side, but for the toughness that he had to actually have to play in that era, and the play he wasn't like I never really I saw him more penetrative than he had a jumper. Don't
Hmm.
get me wrong, but he tried to get to the rim as best as he could, and he did it. But I kind of like seeing the last dance because it's showing how much of an asshole Jordan actually is. And he's really more about himself than anything else. Oh, Jordan, no, he's more about himself than anything. Let's get it real. Let's keep it real.
Hmm.
And my problem with him is you bring this up like it didn't have any kind of reason. Yeah, if you say something about me in the paper, oh well, everybody loves when you lose. When I beat your ass, you know what I'm gonna do? Nope. Yep. Mm-hmm. Or if I lose to you, excuse me, if I lose to you, think I'm gonna, oh yeah, good job. No, I'm gonna walk right. I'm gonna look you dead in your eye and walk right the hell out. They had every right to. I
Right.
don't feel bad for you guys. No.
Considering the beating they put on him the entire time,
Mm-hmm.
which
Well,
like
let's celebrate it.
yeah, I didn't to this day I still don't think that's basketball, but
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing they could have done.
Mm-hmm.
So we in the group we all watched most of us watched the '85 team. That was
Mm-hmm.
before Mahorn and before the physical play. You could see the Celtics
Mm-hmm.
were a big team, so they had to adjust to that style of play in order to win. So
Mm-hmm.
and they go around beating Jordan up, and then Jordan trains in the off season, trains Pippen, and apparently they could tell like, well, Pippen's like, well, yeah, we knew it was over once Pippen didn't get up.
Mm-hmm.
But the year before, they beat up on Pippen, beat up on Jordan, and it's just bad basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And Isaiah Thomas goes, he gets his ring, and it there was something that I thought was missing in the entire thing. I don't know what it is, but
Mm.
I thought there was something missing.
That's always something that they always keep out, and then we'll get it a few years down the line so they can have, they can get the viewers. But there was some things I agree with you. I definitely agree with you that some things were missing. But all in all, it pretty much it tells a good story. Like that 30 for 30 was great. I can watch that
Mm-hmm.
over and over. Just how, yes, they had the whole Bad Boys thing, but how they did it as a team, how they had basically they were family.
Right.
They stuck up for each other, and you see that a little bit, but not the whole team. It's always like these days you'll see LeBron and David. Like LeBron has Anthony Davis, and then you see kind of other guys getting pushed to the side, and they focus on him. But back then it was pretty much Jordan, Pippen, but you had the whole team. Everybody was pretty much highlighted. Rodman, the Longleys, they all did their part, and they didn't really focus on two guys or like that bad boy team or the Celtics. They had Bird, Parrish, who else did they have? Johnson, McHale, like Parrish at the time when he was actually good.
Mm-hmm.
Before we got the old version of him, it was a team atmosphere. Everybody had, and that's what made it so good was how all of them actually grew together. They had a game plan, they stuck to it, and that's what another thing I see out of this thing. I always show my hate to the Bulls, but as a cohesive unit, when they got it going, man, that was something to see. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah, it always came at the Knicks' expense, which
Mhm.
I think episodes 5 and 6 are gonna
Yes.
focus heavy on the Knicks, which
Hmm.
pretty sure you'll enjoy.
Yeah, it's gonna be real great. Bringing back those memories. Great.
And it's like pick one. 50 double nickel. You want 42 with a bloody sock? You want
Oh gosh, man, that I can definitely tell you about that game. I remember watching that game, man. He came out, and I just remember my family going, "Oh Lord, here we go again." Couldn't stay retired, but and he just showed his greatness.
just when you thought you had one in the bag,
I
here you
know.
come, right?
Right back. He was like, "Yeah, I don't want to see them. Let's come back right now." But yeah,
But
Rodman was something though.
yeah, and so Rodman, Detroit, goes to Vegas. Carmen Electra goes through his whole deal trying to express himself, which I think was the main thing. He wanted to express himself. He's been in rural city entire life. Didn't really know anything else without structure. It's like, well, finally get to be free, and just wanted to get away,
Mm-hmm.
which leads to Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson, mass manipulator, mind games. He recognized who Dennis is. Like, you know what? He's gonna leave him alone, let him do his thing. He's gonna come back and help the team. Any other coach wouldn't be able to pull that off.
Oh no, no, absolutely not. Phil had a thing of bringing guys together, or hey, he brought Jordan Pippen together. He brought Shaq and Kobe together. So obviously he was doing something right. Like he has something, like you said, the mind games with him. But he's until he got older. But it seems like he was able to bring guys together and got them to buy into the system that he believed in. And like, come on, like watching that, he had to do doing what, yoga? Everybody
Yeah,
doing yoga on the floor in practices. Everybody doing that, getting loose and limber, and it was more of the team was a reflection of him. Because he was a team guy when he was on Knicks. When he got drafted by the Knicks, he was a just free individual. You know, tough guy, down low. I would have liked to watch him play actually because he seemed like what kind of player. He didn't and left everything out on the floor, and just how he basically got the job too with the Bulls. It was kind of interesting because it went from was it Collins to Jackson? Or
yes.
was it? Okay.
No, it was
Yeah.
Collins to Jackson.
Okay, yeah. So Collins, even though Jordan loves Collins, as we all saw that, they felt that they would never. Jackson was already back. Collins wanted Jackson, and he was like, "Listen, Doug Collins is not going to do it. Thank you for your time, but we want to go on a different route." And Jackson brought it together.
Yeah, the idea of one individual not be able to win a championship because he came. I mean, he wasn't close in the '80s, but he was a one-man show. Dealing with record, you see, he dropped 63, but Jackson realizing you need the entire team. Jordan finally buys in John Paxson. You see later on Steve Kerr.
Yep.
Judd Bushel, the role players.
That's
what gets you the championships. The stars are going to get theirs.
Absolutely.
So it's always the role players.
He told Mike, he was like, "Listen, you can win games, but if we're gonna win this whole thing, you got to be able to see the guys like John Paxton, just like they went to in that one segment. He's just like, you know what? I'm gonna start dishing and see what happens. Jordan goes out to his left, finds Paxton. Paxton was hot. Boom, 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 and that was all she wrote. And that's what it takes sometimes for what your main player buys into your system. You can do something magical, and that they did. It was amazing. And they had shooters too. I mean, Bushler, he was a good shooter back in his day. Him, Paxton. Who else they had up around that? Well, I'll just name all of them because Harper. Yeah, he's another one. He could shoot the ball. I mean, Pippen was an okay shooter. Pippen was a good shooter. Mid range.
Yeah.
I mean, man,
you mentioned Harper. So they go over to the Chicago Cleveland game where Jordan hits the shot. With Elo.
Yes.
Yeah, they over here interviewing Harper. I don't know why they put Craig Elo on him. I'm the best defender on the team. Damn well you wanted no part to Jordan. Stop lying.
Yeah, he was. I was going, he would have toasted your ass too. I mean, we understand Craig Elo looked like he came straight out of Mayberry. But hey, but let's be honest. Jordan was going to toast whoever he decided to bring out there. But Elo tried his best. He just, nah.
Ron Harper lying to the camera. What is wrong with this dude, man?
Yeah, he put on the front. Whoa. And then the coach said something, Elo's going to guard him. Man, I don't believe you're doing this to me, man. Shut up. You would have been on that side of history. And as soon as that commercial came on, you would have been in one of the floor.
Yep.
And just be happy. Just be happy it wasn't you. But yeah, man. Cleveland had some good teams too back then. Stout team, Doherty, Price, Elo, Harper. I mean, that's some good dudes on there.
Yeah, man, they were really underrated.
Took one man to bring Cleveland back though.
And then you mentioned the yoga. I'm pretty sure Robin was doing yoga all over the practice facility with Common Electra. So
absolutely,
none of that equipment is safe, man.
Word, he got more talent. He looked like a dick. I can't. Money changed everything. I tell you, because they call him a worm, but he looked. I can't even explain it. He just, he was ugly. Like, how? And you saw Common Electra. Like, come on, she ain't ugly. She was good looking.
Yeah.
But what in the hell is going on in the world?
You got, Vivica Fox on the list. You got,
what?
I mean, he got an impressive resume.
But
some things can go unexplained, man.
And that's one of them. But back to Phil though. He definitely was one of those coaches that you would want to play for in his, when he was in his heyday. You want to play for. Of course, we, Knick fans, we got the president version of Phil, and I can't even say watered down. That shit was sanded down, whatever you want to call it, dusty, moldy, whatever. That's the version we got. But whatever. That's another. We'll save that for another next rant episode where that's coming up down the line because I got a lot of things I still want to say on that. But Phil, he was an amazing coach. I can't, in my eyes, he was an amazing coach.
You got him as the best.
Yeah, I mean he had a good team, but yeah, once again, you got to put it together. You got to be able to put those guys in positions to succeed, and he did. And I respect him for that.
Yeah, dealing with so many personalities,
Mm-hmm.
alpha males at that. I,
Man.
I, but another thing that bothered me,
Mm-hmm.
um, Jordan. They mentioned Pippen Game 7 migraine.
Mm-hmm.
He asked Jordan. They asked Jordan about it. I still don't think he thinks Pippen had a migraine.
Yeah, he thought he was bullshitting because he took how long before he answered? It was a good few seconds. He said
Yeah,
that like this. He kind of shook his head a little bit. But yeah, I think he was bullshitting. You could clearly see that Pippen had something wrong with him. That's like his flu game.
yeah,
Are you really sick? He collapsed in your arms and shit. Was Pippen? No, he was there to catch your ass. He wasn't. Oh, oh man, I don't know. No, something was going on, but he soldiered through it the best way that he could, and that was it. But yeah, it's just showing. I think this is more bringing out what kind of person Jordan actually is. But we all knew that actually, but it's just bringing it out a little bit more. But like
yeah.
Felipe said, basically, if you lived in Chicago, you knew how he was. If you were Bulls fan back then, I knew how he was. That was
Yeah,
that.
because it seems like for every compliment, he has like a little
Mm-hmm.
backhanded insult.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Rodman was great, but we always had to rein him in. Pippen
Mm-hmm.
was good, but we had to toughen him up.
Yeah, tough. Yeah.
Horace Grant was good, but he always wanted.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
yo, are these your
Uh-huh.
teammates or what, man? And then,
You're not even drafted. You just coming all out. Just like, listen, the dude switching somebody in the. He did it. He did it.
yeah,
Yeah. Shut up. And you're like, oh yeah, we came. Just all you gotta say is, yeah, we came together as a team, and hey, we gelled. Not, oh, he's trash, not trash, but oh, he was wanted, and to toughen him up, I had to say, well, oh, he got 10 rebounds over you. You need to go get 15. You need to go get 20. Shut up, man. Stop being a tool. Get the hell out of here with that. Hell's
yeah,
wrong with you?
that always bothered me. And then like another episode, he's in here snitching again. So we go towards back end of episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
Get my man Scotty Burrell. He's over here railing on him, man. Yeah, you gotta cut your party in ways, or my wife can't see. No, man. You can hear him. He's like, yo, cut the tape. Don't put this on.
Yeah, uh-huh. He was telling that. He's like, not true.
Oh no, this is going on. This is going on video. All that. Like, yo, going out here to arrest this again. And then this,
Mm-hmm.
he snitching on everyone else, but you can't get anything out of him. Which I'm hearing he's supposed to give some insight on some of his demons on the next episode, as far as the gambling and what's going on with his dad. So I hope we can get some info on that.
Yeah, definitely. That's going to be good because we all know he was like really close with his dad. And we all knew also he had some kind of issue with his gambling and stuff. It happens a lot when you that caliber, man. Is you get all this money coming in, it's like, hey, it's coming in. Gamble a little bit, I can win more, and that happens.
Yeah,
But
man, it's weird to see him. Not weird, but just have a underhanded compliment every time he says something. It's just a bad look.
absolutely. But he's loved. But yeah, he's.
Yeah, and back to Isaiah for a bit. I look at his game, and it really reminds me of Kyrie.
Actually, that's really a great comparison. That's really good. He's not, Isaiah was tougher, but but that's another one. Let's be honest. But yeah, I do see that when Kyrie get that killer instinct, he's really impossible to stop once he's in his right mindset. But he was kind of a prima donna, which Isaiah Thomas was.
Yeah, but
He really was.
yeah, he was a bit more. He was a bit more charming, but you know, he was hated by the league just like Kyrie. Uh, but Isaiah put on a show,
Nope, I'm not
put up
there.
like 25 and a quarter, which was impressive in itself.
Oh
And
yeah, for sure.
you know, two-time champion and
Hmm.
left off the dream team.
Yeah, that's crazy. That was nuts. Actually, I never got that. Who did they? Who, who did they have on it? Who got picked over him?
I think it was Stockton.
Uh, yeah, I mean you can't really go wrong, but still it's
Nah,
Isaiah too.
nah. Isaiah
But
over
Isaiah
Stockton.
is. I mean, yeah, I would definitely pick Isaiah. But yeah, that was pretty weird not seeing him on that squad. But, yeah, but man, this kid needs to go to sleep. Yeah, I know. Thank you.
Super Mario.
Yeah, yeah. Now they crashing it. Go figure. But,
I
supposed to be in bed actually. Like, you know, go to bed.
We watched Yoshi in this game.
Yep. What do you think about the Last Dance? You liked it?
Yeah.
Yeah. She was asleep.
And Blake watched the.
Sorry, everybody.
He lost the Bowser race.
Oh yeah. He lost it.
Yeah.
Oh man, did you win? You lost too.
No. I got it.
All right.
Blake got basketball.
Yeah, he likes basketball too.
He got.
All right.
He got.
Time to go to bed. Okay.
He
Look at
got
this. I'll leave. All right, go to bed.
He got on.
All right, back to the story. No, no, but Isaiah, yeah, he definitely deserved to be on the squad. It's hey, Leighton was on that team too. Go figure.
would never understand Leitner. I mean, he was the best college player in the game then, but
Hey, but yeah, no.
nah.
Yeah.
Magic, Jordan, Bird. Oh, one of them had to do something with that, man.
Mm-hmm. Are they gonna cover that? Speaking of that, are they gonna cover that game that they had?
The inter squad game?
Yeah,
I hope so.
that would be good. I've obviously watched the videos they had on that. Man, I would have loved to been in that gym to watch that game. You talk about the ultimate competitors, every single one of them. Oh man, damn! I wish I would have. That's crazy. What if Johnny's gonna hop in here? But yeah, it was definitely. I'm liking it. I'm liking the Last Dance. They giving a lot of insight, and I want to see how this team crumbles.
I like it. You know, so far it's a bit of a refresher.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't like is the timeline. They skip over.
It's a skip over a lot of things and then go back instead of just going through a straight, narrative part.
And
Yeah.
and then I like the story. I don't like the timeline jumping.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't like how it's a bit one-sided.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you mean like they don't really? It's more Jordan's output, and then rather than well, come on, he was the one that helped it.
Yeah,
so
I expected. Yeah, I got it.
It was gonna be bits and pieces, but making him look good, and he's all about him. I mean, we know that. That's how it's always been. How it always will be.
Because he is the best there was and never will be? I don't think so.
Put the gasoline on him. Well, we could get into that, though. We could definitely get into that. This is what we wanted to get into. We said we were going to do it, but for right now, I will say the closest game-wise would be Kobe. Game-wise.
Mm-hmm.
And LeBron would be more Magic. But, and everybody gets on LeBron. Like I said, when he's done, I think LeBron's the GOAT. I don't care about his 3-6 record, but what he went to a Heat team. Yes, they had 3 stars. Yes, they had 3 stars. but you still had to put it together because didn't they lose like they didn't win the finals that first year.
2011, Dirk won that one.
Yeah, Dirk, he snatched that one, and then he's done that, went through that, finally got his first. Did it time with the Heat. He basically said it was like a college thing for him because he's getting away. Goes back to Cleveland. Yes, he had Kyrie, but he was the one that put everything together. Gets one for just the story. LeBron, he gets a lot of heat, but the guy is the ultimate teammate. I don't understand why he's so hated. Look what he does in his community. Dude got a school. I mean, what he's done more than I think for the community and his life than Jordan's done for the NBA. I'm just saying. I don't know. I know people. Oh no, he did. I think he did.
Yeah.
As a person, you don't get any better than him. I mean, no trace to doing anything wrong, and just watch him on the floor. Like you talk about a floor general, his size. I mean, did he pass? What is he? Who did he pass? What is he in points now?
I believe he's second or third.
He's second. No, he got to be third. I think did he pass Jordan?
Yeah, he passed Jordan.
Okay, so yeah, I mean he's gonna assist. He's a better facilitator. I mean, rebounder. I mean, scorer. I'll give Jordan an edge because he had that killer mentality. Pretty much, LeBron had an off and on switch. That was my biggest problem with him. And what turned it around was 2012 when he faced the Celtics, and that was the LeBron I've been waiting to see for years. Just no emotion. He's like, listen, I'm just gonna kill this team tonight. That was it. He had this snarl on his face that he was like, I'm gonna kill him. That was it.
Yeah, that's what you've been looking for.
Yeah, you gotta love that. When it's all said and done, LeBron's gonna be good. That's it.
Yeah, I think he was going to win one this year, but we'll never know.
Yeah, that would have been nice. So see them win one for Kobe. That would have been really good. That would have been really great. But, I mean, you never know. They talking about getting it started back up, but we'll see. And but what people really need to start paying attention to is Kareem, like how good he was. Yeah. But yeah, people got to start realizing how good Kareem was too. He gets no mention. He's just he's all-time leading scorer. Well, he's there for a reason. You talk about dominating presence, how good he was. The All-Star appearances, championship. I mean, come on. Plus, he's from New York, so
Facts.
That's what we do. We win. So, but yeah, I think when LeBron's is all said and done, that'll be the GOAT. No matter what his 3-6 finals record. If he wins any more, that's what it is. But him as a player, the most complete player, I'll say if I see it in my lifetime, bro, you can't. From 18 now, he refined his game. I mean, he couldn't shoot. He couldn't shoot a lick. He was Blake Griffin, dunking everywhere. Couldn't shoot. He got his range going and still did it. Was he 34, 35 now, averaging a triple-double?
Yep.
Like, come on. Like, you can't look past that. Like I said, I'm going to say Jordan, GOAT right now, but what LeBron's done, he'll have him. And it's kind of fun. Oh, yeah, one more thing. It's kind of funky that this started coming out, or he said released it when LeBron actually got a ring for Cleveland to kind of take that off of him. Yeah, nice move, Jordan. You fucking prick. You motherfucker, Buff Bagwell voice. It's fucking terrible. Like, who does that? Like, you gotta be some kind of a-hole when a dude brings something back to his hometown and I'm gonna drop the last dance. Oh yeah.
Yo, you Brooklyn guys are shady, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, what's wrong with you? But like Felipe said, Jordan was an a-hole. Like Felipe actually put it in. I think he was holding back. Felipe, next time we have you on the show, you better not hold back. I want to hear everything. I just want all out on the table. But yeah, I'm liking it so far.
What are you expecting from episodes 5 and 6?
See the Knicks get their ass beat.
relive that moment.
Yep.
Dunked on.
But yeah, Ewing dunked on. Pippen just standing over him, just looking at him. The Starks. Well, I don't know if they showed Starks dunk because that was a Nick great moment. But they won't show that probably.
There won't be many of those.
Of course not. But I think hopefully they'll show the toughness of the series of what it actually was. I mean, the Knicks, we always pretty much lost, but it always went to like 6 games. You know, it was a tough series, and we just didn't have a firepower. We really didn't. Jordan was that X factor. He really was. There was nothing you could do about it. But what I'm expecting is just those tough games that I remember. You know, it's when the Knicks were actually – when you came into the Garden, you were going to get a fight, not just stomping on us and leaving our home court with a win. No, you were going to have to fight for it. And when Charles Oakley was more liked. But anyway. But I'm definitely expecting some good ones. 5 and 6, they're going to be good. I can't wait. Definitely can't wait.
Yeah, I'm dying to see about the Dream Team.
Mm-hmm.
Like the chemistry behind it. Because, I mean, they were dominant.
Yeah, those games weren't close.
It was over by, I mean, they did 2 halves, and 5 minutes in, they were already up by 30 points.
Yeah, it was nothing you could do.
I want to play ABC now.
Hold on, G. But yeah, you couldn't even. It was nothing you could do with that team. And who was the coach? Daly? Was he? Was Daly the coach? Okay. But yeah, just how he was able to put it together and give everybody the. Yeah. Yes, I know. But yeah, how he was able to put everything together, it was something. It was that Dream Team. That name was well earned.
Yeah. So they get many comparisons. The Dream Team, the Redeem Team, who would win? That is not even close.
Nah, no. The skill, the fire, just USA. When they played, it was USA, and it was that time to play. You knew who was winning it. It wasn't any close game like now. It's just they're catching up now. You know, Europe teams and all that stuff. They're catching up. Back then it was just no. You had no chance. I don't care who you had on your team, no matter how you split it up.
Not to mention there was some pride playing for the American squad. Then now you can't get guys to commit. Just much like guys, you can't get guys to commit to dunk contests.
Exactly.
Daddy,
9 out of 10.
Story on the line.
Comment, man.
Oh man, that was.
Story.
You hear that lame excuse, man? He's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't clear him.
You didn't clear him. It kind of goes by round. Yeah, you know it goes by round because you guys made the rule.
Well, and then he had to say, well, we judge on the stuff that we can't do because we know you guys can do it. We can't. Well, you still screwed him out of that one there, buddy. Even if he really had to duck down, he still jumped over the dude. And he got that perfect score about it. I mean, what? Come on. Learn how to count. Should have known.
I haven't heard the track. How
it was trash. But
it was
dookie. It was dookie. I mean, he needed to put that in the vault.
Can we just
take it off World Star, wherever it's at, take it off.
Just lock it away.
Yeah, lock it away. I mean, straight to DVD. It should have went not even straight to YouTube. It should have just went in a freaking flash drive and just don't. Like, the concept was cool. Like, yeah, I said we get it, but don't do that again, AG. Don't do it again. Please, for the love of God, just get the dunk contest and win it. But I think he's done.
Yeah,
I think he said he was done. Yes.
Can I play my God toy?
Tomorrow. Yeah, I gotta yeah. Of course, this is the night she wants to get talkative. She's like, oh yeah,
it's all good, man.
Yeah. Hey, can you get out of my pocket?
Oh, they start now. It won't end.
It's terrible.
Pockets.
Yes. It's crazy. So she gets in my wallet. No, I'm gonna get off track right quick. Y'all gotta hear this. No, she gets in my pocket and she pulls like $100. She's like, "Oh, money. Oh, this is mine."
Hold up, you got $100 in your pocket?
I know, it's surprising, right? 'Cause that never happens. He's like, "Oh, money. Oh, this is mine." She runs away with it. I said, "Oh no."
Money.
See Uncle Leon? Say hi to Uncle Leon.
Hey,
hi. No, I didn't name her after Kobe's daughter. Rest in peace now. So his name Alicia. Like people ask me, "Oh, you named it?" No, we don't do that. Yeah, you had $100. Yeah,
Daddy's out of $100.
yeah. That's almost broke. Yeah. All right. Can Daddy finish?
Yeah.
Can we finish it up?
Yeah.
All right. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Tomorrow you can play Mario Kart. Jeez. But yeah, we definitely 5 and 6. Can't wait to see it. Dream team, bringing back some good and bad memories, mostly bad, for me. But looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too, man.
Tomorrow.
That I mean, I'm gonna enjoy watching again and get the Knicks, get beat on, but no, I just want to see more of the story as far as gambling debts and Jordan's dad. Maybe they go over the food game again
Mm-hmm.
to get some more insight, because the idea is to get to know Jordan as a person, because
Mm-hmm.
you never really get to know him. So
Yeah,
hopefully,
he's definitely a private guy for the most part.
yeah, I hope this will definitely work out, man.
Oh, yeah, it will. What are we gonna do? Man, something else I want to bring up. She's walling right now. You get mad. But
There you go.
man, I wanted to bring. I know here it is. I wanted to bring up something. Oh my god.
You hear the banging?
Yeah, it's the comedy. You stop? I'm doing something. Tomorrow. Thanks. Yeah, that's part of that.
I was gonna yell hi, but I don't think she can hear me.
Nah.
Nah, she can't.
But yeah, we definitely want to get back into this MJ LeBron thing. We got to get Johnny in here so we can get the real debate going. Because I want to see if you're going to be able to convince him
Oh,
to be the big thing.
I will.
To actually. Oh, but also, they still believe that they might have a season.
Yeah, I did hear that.
They was it mid-May?
Yeah.
And then push the draft back, the lottery back, the draft back. I don't know why. We're gonna get like the top. We're gonna get like the 10th pick anyway.
I mean, it's hard to have a lottery if you don't finish the season.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's weird. Like you can't. I want to keep doing it. I want them to keep going so we can get a worse pick.
Man, Cleveland got that locked up.
Yeah. Watch. We're gonna get the new superstar. Piss everybody off, especially me. I'm good. I'm good with Cole Anthony though. We need a point. I love Frank, but we need that. We need somebody next to RJ. Badly. Can we get a Booker or something? Think of something to let him go?
Nah,
Shut up.
that ain't happening.
I mean, we need something.
I mean, it sounds like Chris Paul, so.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I love CP, but 35, 40 mil next 2 years. I understand you want to bring a winning culture, but
Yeah, you can play that mentor role. You'll be all right.
Yeah, until you get pissed at somebody. Well, you go to he accepts the trade to the Knicks. He's mailing in like, listen, I'm just not winning the chip. We could have had our own banana boat with Melo, CP. No, it didn't happen.
Oh, it's gonna sink as soon as he gets in.
I'm gonna piss him off. He can be like, all right, this is it. But I don't know. It depends who they trade. Let me just say that they do like a Kevin Knox who fell out of favor. Because I don't want to give up on that kid, but it's not looking good. It seems like they lost a lot of confidence in him, but yeah, we need that point. We really need the point guard, somebody that's gonna come in and do it. But like I said, I want to see a younger point guard like a Cole Anthony come in. New York bred, He has that mentality, and do something, man. Just don't pick Faziz Naverovic from Europe and that we never see play. Oh yeah, I just thought of a good one. All right, I just thought of a good one. I'll message you about that after the show. But yeah, it's got
Cool.
a good one for a show.
Another news. Just Sebastian Telfair, his mom, and I think
Yeah.
brother, I think passed away from
Mm-hmm.
the virus, which is rough news, man. It's no joke, man. You gotta
Protect
take care
yourself.
of ourselves, and
Mm-hmm.
just a bit of a light at the end of the tunnel, but it's it's unexplainable, man.
Yeah, it's getting rough, man. Just it's crazy because you think things are gonna start going well, and then boom, you just see it. More people, boom, you get hit. People getting sick. Carl Anthony Towns, his mom's, and then this happens. Who else? Fred the Godson, like
Mm-hmm.
that. Just that's crazy, man. It's hitting everybody. It's just what was the other Scarface? Was it
Yeah.
like he
No.
called it?
I'm not sure.
It might have been something about his lungs. He got his lungs collapsed or something, and it's getting serious. You gotta protect yourself. Go out there, put your mask on. I mean, don't try to be a tough woman, a tough guy. I mean, just stay safe, man, because it ain't going away anytime soon. I'm sorry. I don't care what they say. Oh, we're gonna open this back up. As soon as you open it back up, it's gonna spread more, and it's just gonna cause a bigger problem.
It's 75 degrees out here, man. I've been stuck in the house all day.
Or it's crazy. Yeah, it was nice today,
Yeah, it
man.
was nice there.
I
But
went out for a little bit.
yeah, man, everybody got to stay safe and take care of yourselves and watch some old basketball, man.
Mm-hmm.
And
Some old.
catch up on Buff Bagwell interview
Yes,
in Wrestling Life group, man. I'm telling you, that
that
was
was
something.
dope. That was great, man. Yeah, definitely. Not only them, the lab. It's again deep thirds football. Football. Just all of them, man. Got them on YouTube. You gotta go check those out, man. Life difference, as Henry always says. They made this in from a group to a family into a podcast, man. We just getting bigger, man.
It
We
could be a
working on
network.
definitely. We working on some things. Like I said, I'm gonna make a few phone calls, and we might have a little guest coming on. We'll see, but definitely check out all the other podcasts. They all great. We got a great amount of people. Dong City, don't forget about that one.
Mm.
I mean, Felipe and Sean, their podcast, they excellent
Yeah,
job, their fantasy baseball expertise, and it just gets better. You gotta love it. This
yeah, man.
is with us. We, kind of like that living color of the group. That all I skip, literally in living color.
Happy and we're singing and we're colored. Doo-doo-doo.
Give me a hug.
Ah, fuck. So let's do it, man.
Yes,
And
sir.
if anyone's going to, be a guest on the show, more than open to it.
Mm-hmm.
Talk some hoops, uh, talk about life, all that good stuff, man. So
Exactly. We always want people.
exactly.
Keep it
So
rolling.
catch up on episodes 5 and 6. More of the Knicks, more Jordan. Let's get your thoughts on it. Probably got any parting words for us tonight, man?
Just stay safe out there, and especially you down there, you in the epicenter. Just keep you and your daughter safe, your family. Just do what you can. When you go to work, stay safe. I don't need to lose any more people. Plus, I still gotta get you your Guerrero jersey. You gotta get that out my house. Every time I see it in my closet, it's annoying the shit out of me. But
Now actually I got some neighbors, so hopefully.
I ain't sending it down there either. I don't want
Yeah, I hear you.
But definitely check out all the other podcasts, the Life Podcast. They're doing a great job. Leon, thank you for always having me on here. And we put it together. Ideas every week. We always talking, making it happen. It's just fun, man.
Yeah,
I like
man.
talking. Let's keep it rolling.
Keep it rolling. And this wraps up the 9th episode of the Step Back. join us next week. We can recap episodes 5 and 6,
Sir,
review 7 and 8, talk about any events in the upcoming week.
let's talk about it.
I like that.
Sir,
Leon Tompkins, Jacob Moses,
yes, sir.
ball out.